Seabuds, Danielle here, Curator's Manager of Content Services. In this video, I'm going to show you how to execute this week's CAB from start to finish. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This week's CAB is all about signs that it is time to sell. So from outgrowing the space to growing tired of ongoing maintenance to a couple other reasons, there could be underlying signs that it is time to put your home on the market, right? So this blog goes to point out some of those telltale signs and to hopefully generate some seller interest in your database. This is one of those emails that when we send it out to our database, we're really going to want to keep an eye on convert and make sure that we are following up with the people who are opening and clicking on these types of emails because they are so relevant to people thinking about selling their home. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First, what we'll do is scroll to week 4 of the February content calendar here. We'll grab the copy and the graphics, and then we'll also go ahead and log into the back end of our Curator website and open up our Facebook page, our ad account, and I also opened up Curator Studio and Business Suite so I could show you the differences between those two platforms as well. So getting started, let's go ahead and publish the blog. So what I'll do is head into the back end of my Curator website here, and I will click onto the website tab here on the left-hand side. I'll click Create Content, and then I will scroll to the bottom of our template library where I will go ahead and click on my thumbnail here to load the blog onto our website. So we'll start by giving this blog just a quick scroll. We're talking about the upkeep, making financial sense, all of these couple of reasons here. And then at the bottom, we're ending with a call to action about being to your schedule page about whether or not it's time to sell. So when we're ready to publish, what we'll do is head up to the settings. Our featured image is already populating here through in the settings, and same with our URL and SEO information. We have it marked as a blog post, and then you can also edit the author if you would like. And then you'll go ahead and click save one more time, and publish it. Now that the blog is live on your website, now we need to get people to come to the blog and read it, right? So what we'll do is click go back, and it is time to schedule our announcement. So coming over to the right-hand side, we'll click actions, and we'll click announce this. I always like to change my banner or my preview to banner mode here so I can see exactly what it's going to look like. My conversion type will be call to action, and my announcement style is going to be banner. Now let's go ahead and hop into our copy doc. Here we'll grab the announcement text, headline, and button text that we want. So heading back into our website, what I'll do is paste in my headline, and then I'll go back and grab my button text here. Paste that in, and then I'll come to my graphics folder for the first time, and I will grab one of my 2 announcement options. I'll use number 2 for this one. And then I can either click on the photo itself and grab this from my downloads folder, or you can also drag and drop right from your downloads bar. From here, I'll click continue. I want this to display across my entire website. And then we'll see here that it is going to exclude itself from the blog. And then what I'll do is run this for 7 days, scroll back up to the top here, I'll click continue, and I will activate my announcement. Once that's done, you have put a banner across your website where folks can come and see the blog whenever they are on other pages of your website. Now let's go ahead and get this posted to Facebook. Now that we're ready to post to Facebook, what we'll do is grab the link to the blog. So what I'll do is click onto the blog title itself here on our blog roll. This will bring me to the live link on your website where we'll be able to turn this into a magic link when we're ready to go ahead and post this to our website. So let's go ahead and type /magic at the top of the URL. And then we'll have our source be Facebook, our registration not required since we're not having people register for this content. And then we'll build the link. Now that copies it to our clipboard. So let's go ahead and decide which platform we're going to post from. So what you can do is post from your Facebook page itself. What you can do is click create post here, and then you can copy and paste from the copy doc and paste your link in here, and then you can publish it directly from this stage here. If you're doing this in real time, this is the simplest option. If you would like to schedule the post out, which is what I'll show you just in case, you can use Meta Business Suite, and this links you directly there, or you can use Creator Studio. Now, if you'd like to use Creator Studio, I think it's really easy and simple to use. What you'll do is go to business.facebook.com/Creator Studio, and this will bring you directly there. You can see that there's the Facebook icon as well as the Instagram icon. For this video, we're going to stick to Facebook since we're going to be posting manually, natively on the Facebook app. But if you would like to use Facebook or Meta, Business Suite, this is also another posting tool that Facebook is rolling out. So what you can do in either place is say create your post, and then you'll follow along with me here. So you'll go ahead and paste in your link, your Facebook copy, and then go ahead and schedule or draft your post if you'd like to, or you can publish it from here as well. Same thing with Creator Studio, gives you the ability to schedule the post. So from Creator Studio, what you'll do is click create new post, and then I have my link copied, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here. It will build out the preview with my image, and then I'll grab my Facebook text. So I'll grab the first bit of text here, and you can see it copies in with the arrow and everything. And then in my preview, we can see that, I know that this is hard to see, something with Creator Studio Preview is having some issues on certain placements, but as you can see here, the image populates through. This turns into the link, so that's what we call click to website. We'll then go ahead and delete the link itself, but the preview will stay, and you can see it just leaves the nice text pointing down to click on this link. And then what you can do is click this little down caret, and we will go ahead and schedule the post. I'll schedule it for Thursday at 11 a.m. Click save and then schedule my post. Now this will hop into our pre-published section here, and you can go ahead and preview the post here and see exactly what it's going to look like on your feed. Now that we have the post that is ready to go on Facebook, what we'll do is get people to see it, right? Put some ad dollars behind it. So in your ads manager account, what you'll do is click the green create button for create a new campaign, and then you'll select the consideration of, or the objective under consideration rather, of traffic. So this is going to send people to a website that's off of Facebook. And since we're sending people to your blog, that's exactly what we want. We'll give the campaign a name, and we will select our housing special ad category as always. You want to make sure your country is showing here. So if you're in Canada, you want Canada to display here. If not, United States, it should do this automatically, but just in case. We'll click next into the ad set, which is where we will define the budget, the audience, and our placements. So I like to typically give myself some identifiers in the ad set here. So I'll use my chunky middle, but you can also use your Magic Million audience if you would like. If you are a client who uses our services, you may want to use your chunky middle since you typically have some Magic Million or top of funnel traffic coming to your website already, particularly if you are in Accelerator or in doing listing promotions. The chunky middle should be a pretty good audience for you to use. If you're a newer client or you don't post very often using Facebook, so you don't have a ton of top of funnel traffic, it's a good way to start to gather some. It's posting blogs consistently. So we can use your Magic Million here instead. For the budget, I usually use a lifetime budget, and I will spend $75 on this. The start date will match up with when we scheduled it. So I scheduled it for 11 a.m. And then we'll run this for about a week. So that's going to be March 3rd. And we can leave the time the same there. Now with your, if you're using your chunky middle, that's going to be a custom audience. So I usually use the C's as my identifier. So custom, chunky, that's how I remember it. It will be under here. So you're looking for your customer database from Chime or Follow Up Boss. You're looking for your Facebook engagement, your website traffic, and even perhaps your Instagram engagement as well. So that should all be under your custom audiences search. If you need help setting up these audiences, definitely reach out. We also have some help desk articles ready for you to use as well. If you're using your Magic Million, what you'll do is go ahead and edit the location, and you'll just type in your location here and populate in. So if it were me, I'm in Naples, Florida, and I can go ahead and use that audience, and I'm good to go here if I'm using my Magic Million. I'll select my database here, and then I will go ahead and move on to placements, which I will select manual, and I will go ahead and deselect everything except for Facebook, and then I'll go even further and deselect everything except for the Facebook newsfeed. So I want my only one placement there, and that's just because that's where this is designed best to function. Under optimization and delivery, I'll select landing page views, and then I will click next and head into my ad. So because I already created the post on my feed, this is going to be pretty simple. So I want my Facebook page to be displaying here, and then under ad setup, I'll use existing post, where I will select the post and then select it from my feed here. This should be up at the top if you're using this video in succession. If not, you may have to scroll a little bit, or if you have other posts scheduled before this one, it may be down the page a little bit, but we'll select our post, we'll click continue, and then we are good to go ahead and publish this ad. Now, if you scheduled it out a couple of days in advance, it will schedule the ad and start running when you have scheduled the ad for. So that's a nice way to go ahead and get ahead of your marketing plan here. Now that we are done on Facebook, let's go ahead and send an email to our database, and then we'll post to Instagram and finish up the campaign. Now that we're ready to send our email to our database, what we'll do is head over to the left-hand side and click our email tab here. And then what I'll do is head up to templates, where I'll be able to select our visual template that we created for this week's marketing plan. So I'll go ahead and use this in our email campaign. And then you can see it populates with the copy and the subject line and the image all ready to go. All we need to do is clear this one error, and that's going to be putting in the link. So what I'll do is grab my link to my blog, and then I'll go ahead and drop in the link in my link container here under the button. And now my link is done and I'm good to go here. But let's take this one step further and customize the button. So what I'll do is click under text color. Usually white works the best, but if you have a really light featured color, you may want to choose a darker font like black or gray. Under button color, you'll select the white box again, and then you'll select your brand color. So this should be your color palette that you have on your theme settings displaying here. So I'll select this gold color for this particular client, and then my email looks really great and branded, and it is ready to go. I'll click next step, and then I'll select my audience, and I'm good to go ahead and send this out. Now, I'm going to use the chunky middle for this week's email. Again, this is a great way to get some engagement, and since this is really seller focused, it's a good way to start to pinpoint people in your database who may be interested in selling their property. So chunky middle works. If this is your first time sending an email blast in a while, Magic Million works as well. You can also send it to potential sellers if you have those people kind of mapped out in your database. We'll click next step, schedule, and then I'll follow the same schedule on Facebook, but I'll push it a little bit later. So I'll do about 2:30 p.m. Schedule one more time, and I'm good to go with my email. Now that we're done with our email, let's go ahead and post to Instagram. But first, let's download the graphics. So in our graphics folder, what I'll do is download my Instagram post and my Instagram story. I'll use the first option so that I'm staying consistent with what I have used on Facebook. And then I'll go ahead and grab both placements, the story and the post. And I will go ahead and send these along to my phone, where I'll post natively on the Instagram app. You can also use Creator Studio to post to your Instagram feed, but not to your story. So that's what I'll show you over there. I'll meet you on our Instagram app here shortly, and we'll get all of this posted. On our Instagram app, go ahead and tap the plus sign at the top right, and select the image from your camera roll that you'd like to use. We'll go ahead and click next, and then we will paste in the caption from the copy doc for our Instagram caption. I'll give it a quick scroll through and make sure that everything looks good, and it does. So at the bottom here, what we'll want to do is just make sure to remove the location placeholders in the hashtags and replace it with what makes sense for your area. So for me, I'm here in Naples, Florida, so I'll go ahead and replace it with that, as well as any other area or local branded hashtags that you want to use. So I'll throw in a couple here, and then I'll click OK, and I'll go ahead and tap my location and click share. Once I'm done with that on my feed, what I'll do is make sure everything looks good, and it does. Once I'm done there, I'll tap the home button, swipe to the side, swipe up, and select the image from my camera roll. I'm going to use the story focused one there. And then I'm going to just design the story how I'd like. So if you watch my videos frequently, you know that I like to do the location tag, and I'll just try to fit it wherever I think it maybe looks best. I'll play around with a couple different versions here before I end up on the right track. And I'll try a couple of different things. So if in the title, you'll see it says, is it the right time to sell? I might want to put in, is it the right time to sell your Naples Park, Florida home? So I'm trying to kind of fit in like a little arrow or something like that, but it's not really looking the best. So we'll try a couple of different variations here with the different drawing tools. You can see they have an arrow specific tool that draws a nice arrow for you. But again, I'm not in love with this version. So I'm going to remove that, and then we'll go ahead and place it in a moment wherever it looks best. So heading into the link, what I'll do is use my link sticker to go ahead and bring traffic directly to my website from my story. So I'll type in my blog URL as well as the blog or the title for the sticker. And then I'll click done, and I'll be able to place my sticker there. And it's a really great way to get traffic directly to the blog post. So where this used to be reserved for 10,000 followers or more people, this is for everybody now. So if you have the sticker, definitely use it. Then I just aligned the location at the top and made it a little bit of a bump out there. And again, if you watch my Instagram story videos, I love to do a little bit of an arrow or just a movement on my story to call people to what I want them to do. So in this case, it is tap the link. So I'll use this little finger, and it's motioning to click it. So I'm good there. I'll tap share and then share to my story, and I'm good to go. That is all for Instagram. Now that we have posted to Facebook, we've posted to Instagram, sent an email to our database, we are ready to go ahead and finish up the campaign by going ahead and doing the extras. So if you wanted to post an engaging question to your personal profile there on Facebook, you can use this script as a place to start. You can also post to Twitter and LinkedIn using this copy if you use those platforms. And then last but not least, my favorite part is the video script. It's a great way to add a face to the name on either Facebook or Instagram or in your blog or in your email. Go ahead and get on that vertical selfie camera on Instagram and talk through the blog after you post the still graphic. You can also go ahead and add in a BombBomb or YouTube video to your email blast. You can also post a video filmed horizontally, I'd recommend, to your Facebook feed to follow up the blog itself. It really just helps get your name out there and give a little bit personalized flair to this blog. This is a great script to work from, but I definitely would recommend making it your own along the way as well. If you have questions about this week's campaign, please reach out to your support team. In your help article here, you can always find the team under the chat here, and they're happy to help. So great job on this week's campaign, and we will see you in next week's training video.